Hi, I'm Moni Wilder, and one of the things I feel like I'm really great at and my team has somewhat mastered is the ability to build trust with clients who don't know us out the gate, right? So we're working leads that are coming from TV commercials, billboards. So these folks don't know us and they're hiring us. How would they be hiring us and getting us and letting us direct them if they don't trust us? And let's talk about that. So trust is absolutely essential for your ability to navigate what absolutely will be something that needs to be navigated, something that got challenged. No transaction is perfect. So being able to get someone from point A to point B through the challenges requires trust. And when your client is somebody who's known you for years and they've done business with you before, okay, trust is naturally there, you have a track record with them, but if they don't, if this is your first time through, it's very important that you have a very systematic way of building trust. So I'm going to talk to you about that. Think about the concept of a relationship bank account. When you're hired by someone who doesn't know you, at best, your balance in that bank account is zero. But it likely could even be negative. Okay, all you have to do is front load your experience with them with as many deposits as possible. So a deposit can be made very simply. One of the most important things that you must do is always do what you say you were going to do. So if you told them that our strategy is this, our process is this, then you need to be sure that you're following that. If you agreed on a certain timeline for something, then you need to be sure you're on that timeline. And if you're going to deviate from it, then you need to communicate that before you're deviating, get their buy-in so that they realize, okay, this is a living, breathing thing and that's okay, I can be flexible. Another way that you can build trust is never forget the power of communication. And to be honest, over communicating is probably the best thing that you can do. Until someone trusts you, silence, no news is bad news. They don't know what you're doing. They don't know if you're crazy. They don't know if you're, out just doing whatever. And they've trusted you with their biggest transaction. So you need to really front load your communication and be sure that they're hearing from you on a very regular basis with updates on the milestones that you agreed to. And I would say lastly, because you know that no process or transaction is perfect, it is your job to foreshadow for them the imperfections they may encounter and assure them before they start happening that you will handle it. The analogy that I like to use with this, or the story I like to use, is think about if you're flying on an airplane and all of a sudden you encounter turbulence. The pilot never came on and turned the fasten seatbelt sign on. He never announced, hey folks, we're going to be encountering some turbulence soon. You never heard that from him. You're just up and then all of a sudden you feel like the plane just dropped 5 feet. Do you trust that pilot now? Are you like, what was this guy even doing? Was he paying attention? Like, how could this happen? So you want to be that pilot that's telling those folks, sit down, fasten your seatbelts, we have some stuff coming up front, but like no problem, we got it under control. You want to be that pilot. You don't want to be the one where they think you're sleeping and next thing you know, a big bump happens, then you have to come later and be like, hey, sorry about that, like hope everyone's okay. Don't be that pilot. Be the one that's in control, showing up front that you have this going and you've got this established so that they can trust you.